Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Ilma Fatimah Albar. I'm student at Panca Sakti University Bekasi. My major is English education. In this video, I will explain about making an inferences for my final test in this semester. The subject is reading for basic strategies, and the lecture is Mrs. Iswandini Agustin M.Pd. Okay, for the first, what is an inferences? A conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning. And next, how do you make an inference? An inference is a kind of guess. When you read passage, you get information from it. Then you can make an inference about other information and ideas that are not in the passage. Next, when do you make inferences? In everyday life, you often make inferences. For example, 1. A friend from Chicago is supposed to arrive by plane this afternoon. You hear that there are terrible snowstorms in Chicago. You make an inference from this. Planes will probably not be able to fly out of Chicago, and your friend won't come today. 2. You read an article in the newspaper about tourism in Turkey. It says that the number of foreign visitors has increased greatly. You make an inference from this. Turkey might be a good place to look for a job in the tourist industry. Readers also make inferences. 1. They may need to infer the general meaning of new words. 2. They sometimes infer information or ideas that aren't in the passage. Writers don't or can't always tell everything to the reader. There may be gaps or holes in the reader's knowledge about something. The reader may need to try to fill in these gaps by making inferences. Next, making inferences from stories. In each of these exercises, there is a passage from a book. You will try to infer more about the story from the information in the passage. There may be more than one possible answer for some questions. Note: more than one answer is often possible in this exercise too. You should be ready to explain your answer. Okay, let's take a look for exercise 5. Read the passage from Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Make inferences to answer the questions. More than one answer may be possible. When Anne woke up the next morning, she felt happy. She jumped out of bed and ran to the window. It was a beautiful morning. The sun shone and the sky was blue. Anne opened the window. Outside, there was a fruit tree with beautiful flowers, and could see many other trees and flowers, and a small river too. This is a wonderful place, she thought. Then, suddenly she remembered she felt very sad again. But I can't stay here, she thought. They don't want me because I'm not a boy. Marilla came into the room. Good morning, Anne, she said. Breakfast is waiting. Wash your face and put on your clothes. I'm feeling very hungry. Annie said, I can never be sad in the mornings. I love mornings. After breakfast, Anne washed the plates and the cups. Marilla watched carefully, but Anne did the job well. This afternoon, I'm going to drive to White Sands, Marilla said. You'll come with me, Anne, and we'll talk to Mrs. Spencer. Matthew didn't say anything, but he looked very sad. Later, he got the horse and buggy ready for Marilla. Marilla drove and Anne sat next to her. "Is it a long way to White Sands?" asked Anne. "About 8 kilometers," answered Marilla. "I know you like to talk, Anne, so tell me your story." "It isn't very interesting," said Anne. "I was born in Bolingbroke in Nova Scotia, and I was 11 last March. My parents were teachers, but they died when I was a baby. So their cleaner, Mrs. Thomas, and her husband took me into their house. Mrs. Thomas had 4 children. I helped her with them. But then Mr. Thomas died in an accident. Mrs. Thomas and the children went to Mr. Thomas' parents. They didn't want me. Then Mrs. Hammond, Mrs. Thomas' friends, took me into her house. She had 8 children. They were very hard work. Then Mrs. Hammond moved away. I had to go to the orphanage because nobody wanted me. I was there for 4 months. For question number 1, where are those people? At Marilla and Matthew's house. We can guess that this is Marilla and Matthew's house from the way they spoke and act like a homeowner. When Marilla came into the room, "Good morning, Anne," she said. "Breakfast is waiting. Wash your face and put on your clothes." And when Matthew didn't say anything, but he looked very sad, later he got the horse and buggy ready for Marilla. Number 2, who are they? Marilla, Matthew, and Anne. Marilla and Matthew is wife and husband who want a son. We can infer from Anne's sentence, when she woke up, "They don't want me because I'm not a boy." Anne is an orphan girl. We can infer that from Anne's dialogue when she told her story to Marilla. "My parents were teachers, but they died when I was baby." And when she asks, "I had to go to the orphanage because nobody wanted me." 3. When do you think this takes place? In the morning, because when Anne woke up the next morning and Marilla said, "Good morning, Anne." What is happening? Marilla and Matthew want to deliver Anne to Mrs. Spencer, their friend at the White Sands. "This afternoon, I'm going to drive to White Sands," Marilla said. "You'll come with me, Anne, and we'll talk to Mrs. Spencer." 5. How do the people probably feel? Anne feels sad. Then suddenly she remembered she felt very sad again. Marilla felt confused because of getting the wrong child. Matthew feels sad when he prepared a horse and buggy for Marilla to go to White Sands. 6. What do you think will happen next? Based on story, when Anne said, "They don't want me because I'm not boy," and when Marilla's planned to talk Mrs. Spencer, "You'll come with me, Anne, and we'll talk to Mrs. Spencer," I infer Anne will stay with Mrs. Spencer. But if Anne won't come to Matthew's house, they will always welcome for her. That's all video from me. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.